In this video, we're going to take Harry Potter from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and just slap him straight out of the film. Turns out you don't need him. Who'd have thought? We did this with the first film and it was received pretty well. We got lots of really nice comments, people wanted more, so here is more. Just like in The Philosopher's Stone, the film starts with the Dursleys. It's still not clear why they're shown in these films, as they don't seem to have any relevance to the plot as a whole. They've managed to capture one of the owls that harassed them in the first film, and they are rehearsing for some sort of dinner, but then weirdly they walk up to the camera and start talking to the director or something.
With any luck, this could well be the day I make the biggest deal of my career.
Not sure why they left that in. Then we're introduced to this thing,
Dobby the house elf.
and he just starts smacking his head against the wall, which is ruining the dinner. Then the disgusting little creature moves this cake using magic, and they all look in shock as absolutely nothing happens and he leaves. The next morning, the Dursleys are repairing a window, and then the main character from the first film, Ron Weasley, arrives in a car. I'm unclear as to why Ron is at the Dursleys' house, as they never met in the first film and they don't seem to be related at all, but he just turns up next to the window, and then they decide to rip it off of its hinges. I have no idea what possessed Ron to commit such an act of vandalism. He even almost kills Vernon Dursley here, while his family watches on in horror and they escape. The Weasleys return home after a night full of ripping windows off of innocent people's houses. We're introduced to Ron's sister, who is really suspicious here for some reason. They have to buy school supplies for the new year, so they go together to Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley!
But for some reason, his family thinks that he didn't say Diagon Alley very clearly, and they think he said diagonally.
What did he say, dear?
Diagonally.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did.
Whatever. Anyway, Hermione bumps into Hagrid in Diagon Alley, and then she just leaves, I guess. Then we're introduced to Gilderoy Lockhart, who is a dashing, charming, and powerful wizard. Weirdly though, as the family leave, actor Tom Felton has wandered onto set while reading a script. The Weasleys board the train to get to Hogwarts, but Ron isn't able to get through the door. Is that the Dursleys' owl? Did he steal that?
What do you two think you're doing?
What do you two think you're doing? Is he counting the owl as well? Anyway, Ron decides to steal his parents' car. So Ron flies off to catch up with the train. But I don't really know what his plan was here, because even after he catches up with the train, there'll be no way for him to get back into the train, right? Like, even if he does catch up with it... Oh, there it is. What's he do with the car, right? Does he, like, park it on top? What's he do with the luggage? Does he take that out? I don't... Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hello?
Welcome home.
Anyway, it just kind of gets worse for Ron from here as he crashes into a huge tree. Anyway, he gets what he deserves. The tree smacks him about for a few minutes. Eventually it lets him go, and then even the car has had enough of him and it kicks him out. Wait, who the heck is this kid? That's not Ron, is it? Is that Ron? There's nothing like him. Who is that? Was there another kid in the car? What's going on here? Anyway, Ron gets thrown this little rat. Apparently that's his pet. I thought he was keeping the owl, but okay. And then the car drives off. Then Ron gets caught sneaking in.
Take a good look, lads.
But the guy uses a plural for lads, but it's just Ron. Snape shouts at Ron Weasley for a few minutes because he's a complete delinquent and needs to be told. Oh, sorry.
Underage wizardry.
Yeah, underage wizardry is kind of the point of a school for wizards. You idiot.
And you will both receive detention.
I see they still aren't teaching math at Hogwarts. Anyway, we get the first class of the year where Hermione gets a chance to show off in front of all of her friends.
Yes, Miss Granger.
Yeah, I've heard enough from you, Hermione. Anyway, we cut to Ron fixing his wand, which must have broke at some point, I guess. So it turns out that Lockhart is the school's new defense against the dark arts teacher.
I didn't get rid of the band and banshee by smiling at them.
Man, he's so charming. So his idea here is to train the kids against these Cornish pixies. The children, embarrassingly, completely lose control of the situation as the pixies take over the classroom. Neville, who developed a crippling fear of heights in the first film, is left on top of the light fixture, as Lockhart is forced backwards into his office as the cowardly kids fail to offer him any sort of support. Luckily, Hermione's here to save the day, and this kid gets left here for the rest of the film.
Why is it always me?
Yeah, see ya, kid. Coincidentally, every single student in the whole of Hogwarts decides to converge on this corridor at the exact same moment.
Enemies of the air, beware. You'll be next, mudbloods.
What the heck is a mudblood? It turns out that somebody killed this guy's cat. This film just got exciting.
She's not dead, August.
Oh.
So unlucky I wasn't there. I know exactly the counter curse that could have spared her.
They're pretty lucky to have such a powerful wizard on their payroll. The next day, Slytherin are playing Gryffindor in Quidditch, where Draco Malfoy takes the field in his first game. It's going well as Slytherin lead Gryffindor 90 to 30.
They lead Gryffindor 90 to 30.
I just said that. Whatever. Anyway, this kid gets hit by a bludger as Hagrid stands in front of a green screen pretending to watch.
A rogue bludger! That's been tampered with, that has!
Meanwhile, Ron tries to start more trouble.
No! Even with a proper one, it's too risky.
It turns out the rogue bludger is actually aiming for Draco Malfoy. As he tries to catch the snitch, he's followed by the rogue bludger.
You'll never catch me,
Bludger!
Despite all of this, Draco fights on bravely, a testament to his skill as a Seeker. Whoever the Gryffindor Seeker is, they're not doing a great job. They're nowhere near it. Anyway, despite his best efforts, Draco is eventually knocked off his broom. The game eventually ends 90-30 in Slytherin's favour. The crowd watches on as they wonder who is behind the rogue bludger. Anyway, we never find out. That night, another student is petrified, and the genius Dumbledore manages to break the only piece of evidence that they actually have. Great job, Dumbledore.
What can this mean? Help us.
It means he's blown the only lead you had.
The Chamber of Secrets has indeed been opened again.
Chamber of Secrets has been opened before.
I don't know why Ron and Hermione are hanging out in this bar. Oh my god, is that a ghost?
I'm moaning Myrtle.
That was weird. Is Hermione brewing a potion? What are they doing here? Hopefully whatever that was comes up again. As the strongest wizard at the school, Lockhart is setting up a dueling club to keep the students safe.
To train you all up, in case you ever need to defend yourselves.
He gets Snape to help him out with demonstrating how a duel works.
Professor Snape.
I almost wish that Lockhart would have chosen a tougher opponent, as there's no way that Snape has even a remote chance of doing anything. That's cheating. You can't use that. Ridiculous.
It was pretty obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're about to do. And if I had wanted to stop you, it would have been only too easy.
Exactly. He could have won if he wanted to. It doesn't mean anything. Waste of time. Before we move on, you remember when Malfoy was knocked off his broom? Who is this? Who is this kid? Is that Malfoy? Doesn't look like Malfoy. Anyway. Hey, so you're probably wondering why this video is called Part 1 and why it's so short. That's because when I tried to upload the 16-minute version of this video, it was blocked in all territories, and when I uploaded 2 smaller pieces, they were just happy to copyright claim it and take some of the revenue, of which I don't get any revenue from this anyway, so I was like, sure. If you want to see more, it'll be out next Monday, and that's it. Subscribe and like the video. Oh no, it's fading to black. No, don't go.